October 23rd, Saint Anthony Marie Claret. Saint Anthony was born in the year 1807 in Barcelona, Spain. He was a very pious child. Growing up, he practiced his father's trade of cloth weaving, and in his spare time he learned Latin and printing. In his early 20s, he entered the seminary and was ordained in the year 1835. As a young priest, he traveled to Rome and wanted to join the Society of Jesus. He did so, but he was thwarted by poor health. He was then advised to dedicate himself to the evangelization of his countrymen. For 10 years, he preached missions and retreats throughout Catalonia. His zeal inspired others to join his work, and in the year 1849 he founded the Congregation of Missionary Sons of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, known as the Claretians. The institute flourished in Spain, the Americas, and beyond. Only weeks after founding his missionary congregation of the Sons of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, notice arrived from Rome that he had been nominated to become Archbishop of Santiago, the primary see of Cuba. He was consecrated bishop, made an archbishop, and sent to Cuba. As soon as he arrived, he started to correct the bad customs and indifferent and lax morals of the people, and began a real conversion of the island. The Freemasonry and other powerful people that were deeply entrenched in Cuba could not tolerate this, and intensely attacked Saint Anthony Marie Claret. He suffered all kinds of persecutions, including several attempts on his life. The opposition of the enemies of the Church was so strong that finally the Queen of Spain decided it would be more prudent to remove him from the island and return him to Spain. At her request, he was given a position that would make him confessor and spiritual director of the royal court of Madrid. One legend has it that as his ship left the shore of Cuba, St. Anthony Marie Claret cursed the island whose inhabitants had refused God. It was not long before this curse took effect. With its independence, Cuba rejected the life-giving spiritual sap it had received from Spain, and quickly became a center of corruption and immorality, a tourist site for those seeking dissolute vacations. This was the case until communism took over the Cuban government and implanted its regime. You can see that the curse launched by St. Anthony Marie Claret was realized quite impressively. Back in Spain, St. Anthony replaced the Queen's deceased confessor. He continued to travel to various places on the peninsula, preaching everywhere. In 1862, from September 12th until October 29th, one of the Queen's servants counted the sermons he had given, and they amounted to 205. He created the Academy of St. Michael for the Catholic intellectuals called to sustain the influence of the Church. He founded popular libraries and saw to the diffusion of good literature. He accompanied the exiled Queen to Rome and took part in the First Vatican Council in 1869. He finally settled in France, where he died in the year 1870. He was beatified in 1934 by Pope Pius XI and canonized in 1950 by Pope Pius XII.